Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com. The Motorola Droid RAZR is still the thinnest phone on the planet at 7.1 millimeters thick. That's super thin. But like most other smartphones, the Droid RAZR's battery life isn't that amazing. You're going to have to charge every day, maybe even a little bit more if you're using it in a heavy use case scenario. What happens when you take a huge battery and stick it inside of the Droid RAZR? You get the Droid RAZR Maxx, and in this video we're going to unbox it. Let's get to it. So the Droid RAZR Maxx is exactly the same device as the Droid RAZR, except it has a battery that is far bigger, 3,300 milliamp hours. That is pretty much the biggest we've seen on any phone yet, which has added to its thickness by only 2 millimeters, which is quite impressive. So we went from 7 millimeters to about 9. Still a very thin phone indeed. And again, the Droid RAZR Maxx has the same specs as the original Droid RAZR, which has the TI OMAP 1.2 gigahertz processor, a gig of RAM, it's running on Gingerbread, it's got an 8 megapixel camera in the back. You know the specs of the Droid RAZR. It's a pretty powerful device. So let's take a look at what we have here. We have the Droid RAZR Maxx, which, yeah, definitely feels a little bit thicker than the original RAZR, but not by much, just 2 millimeters. What we have here is a smoother backing in terms of the depth. In the Droid RAZR, you get the camera area, and then it goes down, sinks in a bit, and then it's very thin here. Now it's kind of leveled out a bit. So there's probably nothing that good inside of the box, so we're not even going to bother going the rest of the way. Let's take off the screen protectors and compare the size next to some other devices. Again, the screen is 4.3 inches diagonal, and you get that QHD resolution. It's an AMOLED display, so you get killer blacks, fantastic contrast, and pretty good color saturation too. So a really high quality screen, and you get the Kevlar backing, whatever that means. Non-user replaceable battery back here. That's what you get for having a thinner device. It requires an extra thickness when the back battery cover is removable. So let's take a look at the thickness compared to the Samsung Galaxy S2. And at this point, the Droid RAZR Maxx becomes thicker than the Galaxy S2. But the original Droid RAZR is thinner than all other smartphones out there. And let's see it next to the LTE version of the Galaxy Nexus. They seem about the same thickness. Again, the Galaxy Nexus has this curve, so it's not very telling of exactly how thick it is unless you were to measure it very specifically. But in terms of thickness, the Droid RAZR Maxx feels a little bit thinner than the Galaxy Nexus LTE. Let's take a look at the thickness next to the iPhone. And it's definitely thinner than the iPhone. The iPhone used to be one of the thinnest devices, and now it's definitely not. Still a thin phone, but nothing like the Galaxy S2 and the Galaxy Nexus, and especially the Droid RAZR here. So we're going to spend some serious time with the Droid RAZR Maxx. We don't see phones come along with batteries that are this big, and the operative question is, does a much larger battery contribute to a much better experience? A lot of people are okay charging their phone 1 time per day or leaving it on the charger at work. Does having a phone that can last 2 days with heavy use, or even 3 days, make that big of a difference? Is it worth the $100 price increase that Verizon is charging? This is $300 versus the Droid RAZR, which is $200. We're going to answer that question coming up soon. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if there's something particular you want us to test on the Droid RAZR Maxx, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.